Hello, my name is Ann Cunningham. I look forward to working with you this summer. I'm going to try to hit all the fundamentals about how pictures work in this engineering context, but you still might have questions, so please bring them to class. If you wonder, probably somebody else does too. Let's jump right in. If you have a picture flat on the table in front of you, the top is on the far side away from you. The bottom is closest to you. To use the Sensational Blackboard, you're going to need to practice a bit. Place the board on the table in front of you in a landscape or horizontal position, or if you have the length vertical, that's called a portrait format. Have the soft rubber side up. Place one piece of copy paper on the board. Let's draw. Hold your pen at the end of the barrel right before it angles down to the pen point. Pinch the pen between the tips of your index and thumb. Your middle finger can help hold it in place. You can let the barrel rest on the side of your hand. Starting at the top of the page, press firmly and pull the pen towards yourself. You want to drag the pen, not push it. If you push it, it can get stuck in the soft rubber. Listen for this sound. With a little practice, you will be able to identify and control the strength of your line by the feel and sound of your pen on the paper. This is very important. You want to be able to create a line that is very easy to feel. If it is not easy, please be sure to let me know. There could be a lot of different reasons that this isn't working for you, and we can troubleshoot and fix the issue quickly. So draw 3 or 4 lines. Don't worry if you tear the paper, but do worry if your pen breaks. It has ink in it. If you feel the tip break off, just throw the pen and the paper away. And you might want to wash your hands. Now look at your worksheet with the line types. This is page 3 in your drawing workbook. Try to copy each one. I would like you to make 3 or 4 attempts with each line freehand. You do have a ruler that you can also use to make more accurate straight lines, but I want you to know that you can freehand any of these lines well enough for them to be useful. Know that pictures can be far from perfect and still extremely useful to capture your ideas and share that information. I am very sorry, but the names for each line type did not get brailled. Please position your page so that a continuous, thin, straight line runs horizontal across the top of the page. A thin dashed line will be at the bottom. Find all 8 hand-drawn line types on this page. The top line is labeled straight. You can label this with your slate and stylus. It is drawn by pulling the pen across the page. Below that is a line labeled wavy. It is drawn with the pen in a continuous line moving up and down. The next is zigzag. Use the pen to draw short, straight lines connected at an angle. You will draw a line segment, stop, and change your direction. The next line is labeled thin, and it is the exact line, same line as straight. On your origami line type, this same line is labeled folded edge. Line types can be used differently depending on the context. The thin line is now contrasted to the thick line that follows. This thick line is drawn with the large end of the ball stylus. You will use this type of line to draw your raw edges in your origami illustrations. Next is a dotted line labeled small dot. This was created with the small end of the ball stylus punching firmly into the paper and rubber. Play around with the spacing to see which works best to contrast with the large dot pattern that you will make next. For the large dot line, use the large end of the stylus. Find a good rhythm to use as you create each line type. I find that my small dots are closer together and the large dots are much farther apart. The small dot line is used for the valley fold in origami, and the large dot line is used to indicate the mountain fold. Our final line type is labeled dash, and it is drawn with short line segments with the pen. In your origami workbook, this is used to identify a crease.